Okay, ladies.
Time anyway.
Yeah.
Give me a go ahead.
Yes, you can start, Shivani.
Okay, thank you. Good evening, namaskar, and welcome back to a year-long celebration of inspiring Indian women celebrating womanhood. Wow, year-long. I think that calls for a huge round of applause for Rashmi and everyone associated with this amazing and encouraging platform. Great job, Rashmi. Year-long is amazing. I'm Shivani, your host for today's session. And believe me when I say this, I'm not only thrilled to be hosting this special session, but also very emotional about the topic. Having spent almost 20 years in the service industry myself, I live and breathe it, and seeing it suffer during the pandemic was completely heartbreaking. So today's topic is restaurant business lucrative enough? Obviously we've all seen it suffer during pandemic, and now slowly how the restaurants are overcoming the pandemic season. To shed some more insight on the topic, we have called two incredible entrepreneurs who are restaurateurs in London: Mrs. Seemangi Palekar, who is the owner of Namaste Mumbai, and Ms. Pritha Mukherhee, owner of Posto. Seemangi,
Hi
hi.
everyone.
Hello.
Hi
Hello.
everyone.
Thank you for joining us today, guys. It's really nice to have you both with us on this very exciting topic. I'm sure our audience today will have a lot to learn about it, especially from the service industry and someone who is trying to venture into this industry. So, Pritha, let's start with you. Tell us a little bit more about Posto and yourself. How did you get into this business? And then we'll move on to Simangi. Okay.
Hello, everybody. Very good evening. Thanks, first of all, Rashmi ji and Inspiring Indian Women for hosting this and giving us the opportunity. And hope that we have a really good discussion today. So I'm Pritha from Posto, as we say, the Indian Bistro. And I was not from this industry at all. So I have my background in MBA finance and used to work for Ernst & Young, but obviously followed my heart and came into this country after marriage, and then was working with the councils actually for a long time, with substance misuse people on different different projects, managing projects and finance for charities. And then somehow staying here, started doing supper clubs because me and my husband loved food. So we literally started from our living room with 6 to 8 people on a Sunday just to come, have kind of a home cooked Indian food for, especially for students and people arriving in this country, to give them a warm welcome when they miss ghar ka khana. So that's how we started way back in 2015 and 16. And basically, obviously, it was mostly focused on regional Indian cuisine, as you understand, ghar ka khana. So that's how we started. I come from Calcutta, the city of joy. So that has been my forte. But then obviously there's so many states in India and so much variety that people, when I came to London, I understood that people don't get the real taste of India. So just to present that real taste of India to people here, friends, I started my culinary journey. And from there, obviously catering grew, and we started Kolkata Kitchen, and friends obviously encouraged us a lot and supported us and said, no, you need to have a physical place of your own, a front end, and obvious Posto came into being. So that's a short snapshot of my journey. And as I said, I was not from this industry. It was pure passion and hard work for obviously last few years that we are here today. And very recently we've got the Traveler's Choice Award, and we've been nominated a few times through London Eater and stuff. And every time we get nominated, it's for regional food, which really makes me happy. So that's my introduction for today. Hope to enjoy the show and chat with you all more.
Thank you, Pritha. Wow, that's an amazing journey. You know, when I hear stories like this, it makes me so happy and so happy to be associated with the industry. I have always felt, like I said, 20 years in the industry. You know, I've opened hotels, I've worked in hotels, restaurants, and all of that. Um, that to be in the industry, you don't have to study it. You you have to be born the way you are to be in the industry. Otherwise, you cannot be a part of it. No matter how much you study, you know, your skills, your attitude, it's just the way you are as a person will make you successful in the industry. Otherwise, it will never, no matter what you have studied. So great journey. It's so exciting to have you with us coming from Ernst and Young and now having your own catering business and your own restaurant is amazing. You talked a bit about your Kolkata kitchen. Was that like a delivery only kitchen or takeout?
Yes, it was a catering come delivery only kitchen. And we used to do catering for weddings and stuff. As I said, I started with supper clubs, which grew from like 8 in my living room to 25, 30 till we could adjust in our house. And my husband had to literally tell me no more of them. So we had to hire places outside, charity halls, and then we have done few in central London in, you know, wine bars and stuff as well before we could get our own place. And we had like a kitchen, like you're saying, and we used to do catering for many people. In Kolkata kitchen, we started from 15, 20. First large catering was for like 100, 120. And then we've done the Ealing Town Hall, which is the Navratri Kam Durga Puja that we do. It's very big in Bengal. And that during those 4 days, actually, we feed 5,000 to 6,000 people in just those 3-4 days. And so that was one of the heights of Kolkata kitchen. That's the amount of food we cook. And we used to all do it from our kitchen in Wembley. So that was a registered kitchen there. But since end of 2018, December, we moved to Posto and we've got our kitchen now in Harrow.
Amazing. How amazing. Wow. So 5,000-6,000 is a huge number. I cannot even begin to imagine what kind of hard work and planning decision takes place while cooking 5,000-6,000. I understand that. I think the best cooking I have ever done is coming from the industry, 1,200. And I remember, oh boy, that was some time.
That few days is like huge. The cooking becomes just the 20% of it, and I think the arranging becomes the 80% of it. The game just changes. So, but yes,
it's a different ball.
It is
and
a different.
I think I always commend what these langars do. You know,
Yeah. Amazing. Yeah, that's when you understand what they do.
Yes.
And that's why they have the best machines, and that's because they need it. They feed thousands of people every day.
Even the way they stir the dal, the machine
Yes.
have is amazing.
Amazing.
So nice to hear from you, Pritha. Really, I loved hearing what you had to say and how you started your journey. We'll come back to you in a short while. Let's hear from Seemangi, and then we'll start with more discussions. Okay, Seemangi, hi, welcome.
Hi, Shivani, and thank you, Rashmi, and Inspiring Indian Ladies for giving us this platform. And what an inspiring story, Pritha. I'm a fan of your food, but your story is even more inspiring as well. Talking about Namaste Mumbai, not very different story from Pritha, but I hail from Indore and Mumbai, and we own Namaste Mumbai with 3 other partners, one of them being my husband, a typical foodie, and the other 2 partners are from northern India. Namaste Mumbai was conceptualized because of our passion and love for true, authentic North Indian stroke Western region food. We have been, as Pritha said, we have been hosting events and having several social networks for a while, and we were always looking for a very true, authentic, fresh Indian taste. All the 4 of us come from different backgrounds. I myself is from IT, my husband is from IT, and it's truly the love and passion for food that moved us forward. We initially, after having these things, I have a Ganpati Puja at my home where every year I have like 100 people every day, and it all began from there. So I used to cook, or I used to cater, but I never got what I tasted in the restaurant, or there was always something up and down, and that's where this journey began. So back in 2019 we said, okay, let's try our hands, and we got a couple of catering orders, which we tried, and they were successful, and that's where the real journey and resolve to get Namaste Mumbai into reality began. Ours is a typical case of pandemic warrior kind of thing, because we got the keys to Namaste Mumbai literally before our first lockdown. And we couldn't do anything because we wanted to do the refurbishment, start up with a new menu and everything. So we finally opened in August last year with a soft launch and a limited menu. Namaste Mumbai is based in Harrow. Basically, it's in the cusp of Ruislip, Harrow, Greenford, and Northolt. And it caters to typical North Indian, Punjabi style, Western style, and Mumbai street food, because that's what I love, absolutely love. And we have recently relaunched with a full-fledged menu after testing the waters during the COVID period. And just having a great customer feedback so on at the moment.
Fabulous. Oh,
Thank
wow.
you.
IT people coming into the industry, people from finance background coming into the industry. I can't wait to taste your food, actually. It must be really, really good. Because, if it comes from the heart, that's where the taste belongs. Taste is not in what you know. It's about, what you feel about it. So amazing, Seemangi, what a
Yes.
journey. And I know about the COVID situation, but I'm glad to hear that you're overcoming it, and it's
Yes.
into action. Before we know it, there will be many more Namaste Mumbais. By the way, can I just say both of you have a great name of your restaurants. I love this Posto. I don't know what Posto means. I still don't know. Like you said, Indian bistro, it rhymes very well. And Namaste Mumbai, I think it just says it all. The moment you
Yes.
talk about Mumbai, it comes into your mind first.
Yes.
Street food and a little bit of Persian kind of a food. You have this Parsi food there. So great job. I can't wait to really taste your food.
Most welcome.
Seemangi, are you a chef yourself, or do you have your chefs who cook?
No, we have a team of chefs at the restaurant.
You guide them and you tell them.
Yes.
Pritha, what about you?
I am a chef myself. I started with a band of ladies actually, but now we obviously for the kitchen poster, we have 3 professional chefs who help me as well. And I've become more of the mentor. And with the name you said, Posto, what it means, Posto actually in our language means khaskhas, which is an important ingredient of Indian cooking, but in Italian it actually means a meeting place. So we actually wanted it to be, the chit chat gossip place. And so Posto, we were looking for a name that means the same. And so that, the vibe is from the people and of the people. And so that's what Posto means.
Oh, wow, beautiful. So, like we said, the topic today is restaurant, lucrative business or not. So let's hear it from you too. What you have to say. Is it still a lucrative business? Can people still jump into it? Because I see a lot of restaurants and cafes closing now. And it's just so sad to see them all closing. Tell us about tell us what you feel. And of course, you have an expertise in the area. You are in the middle of it. Yeah, so tell us, what do you think, Mangi?
Hello.
Okay, good. Let's go on. I was trying to mute her.
Did you ask me, Shivani? Sorry, I missed the last part. Yeah.
What do you think of the heading for today? Is restaurant lucrative business or not? What would you like to
See,
say?
this lucrative in terms of profitability from Namaste Mumbai's point of view, it's too early days for us to comment. We don't have the data credible enough right now to give you that kind of information. Our business plan and the strategy, the timelines do indicate a strong profit. And if we stick to those timelines, we would certainly be able to give you that information in the near future. From my experience, when you enter this industry, the satisfaction that you get when you get the customer feedback surpass. Of course, you need the margins, you need the money to run it, and you know, as the satisfaction paramount that you know, monetary profitability comes definitely if you're giving your fresh, you know, products, if you're giving good taste, if you're sticking to all the government guidelines and everything, it does come in place.
How is the traffic in the restaurant? Have people started to come back and dine in the restaurants, or do you have more deliveries?
It is certainly improving, certainly improving. People have started coming to restaurants. People have started hosting birthday parties with the limited people. People have started or, you know, doing the ordering for catering, which is basically the main will behind the opening of Namaste Mumbai. So it has started opening up. The consumer confidence is certainly growing. It's not quite there yet from my experience. I don't know, PRITHA may be able to comment on this further, because we are actually growing our customer reach as we speak. So being a new you know, entry in this field. But yeah, I can certainly see it growing. I can see myself going out. So, you know, yeah, it is certainly growing. I think people should not worry about going out now.
Are there any special precautions that Namaste Mumbai is taking for people to be safe when they dine out, or, you know, considering what has happened during COVID, you know, hand sanitizations or the way servers have to serve? I don't know. I'm just asking if there's any.
Yes, yes. So yeah, definitely. For at Namaste Mumbai, your well-being, the customer's well-being is our well-being. So that was the very heart of, you know, one of the things that we started working on. When we acquired Namaste Mumbai, we actually changed every single kitchen equipment because we wanted to start it to be clean, hygienic. We changed the processes. The government guidelines have been quite clear. I mean, initially they were not, but they, as you started, you know, they have been quite clear. People have been observing our servers wear the masks, you know, everything that comes is hygienically cleaned. There are several guidelines on testing that we follow. There are screens, there are antibacterial, you know, hand gels and cleaning products that we are using. I mean, whatever is under the government guidelines is certainly being followed. And I don't think, and as long as people are self-aware, you know, so if you need to isolate, you should be isolating and not going out. I think it should not be a case of, you know, worry.
Are there going to be going forward any restrictions for someone who is not fully jabbed? I mean, do restaurants have any kind of such restrictions that if you're not fully jabbed, you can't be a part of the restaurant or you can't dine in? Because I do know that from September, there is something that you can't go to large gatherings if you're not fully jabbed.
Yes. So I am not fully aware of any at the moment. My front staff would be, but at the moment, I wouldn't be able to comment on that.
Fair enough. PRITHA, how did your journey go? What is your take on the whole pandemic situation and how you came out of it? And any advice that you would like to give to other restaurants who are probably struggling or, you know, looking to close?
I think it has really been a difficult situation, whether it has been an established business or people who are starting new. We were not an established business, so we started in December 2018. So we were just 1 year into business when we were just getting the grips, and we were thinking that okay, the fruits are starting to come over. That's when the pandemic hit. And initially, I think it's one thing that people need to know. It is hard work. It is a lot of patience and perseverance. Like Shivangi said, for me, obviously, it was more passion, customer satisfaction. There's obviously their smiling faces. That is what actually keeps you going. If you are, you know, hands-on. So, but I think as a restaurant, the bit I understand by now of the restaurant industry, not a very veteran, but it takes time. It takes a lot of time, and it is not the easiest of businesses, mainly because you have a place, you have staff, there's a lot of fixed costs, a lot of overheads, and due to food hygiene, there's a lot of things that, you know, you have to do that is just not that, it is not flexible. What I mean. So overheads are quite huge in this business.
Yes.
Whether it's some simple things like you're saying, post-COVID or pre-COVID, there's always disinfection, there's always sanitization, there's always a lot of things from your waste collection to everything that you need to take care, which people don't think, at least I never thought of a huge list of things before I entered the industry. The more I researched, the more I got into it. Yeah, I am still learning, I would say. And the pandemic has obviously made it more difficult. I think for the restaurant industry, food hygiene was always key. So except that it is obviously the social distancing has increased. I think this is something in UK all restaurateurs do and follow.
Yes.
We have always been safe pre-pandemic, post-pandemic, and the only thing is obviously with the distancing, like I said, the seats, the cover of the restaurants has come down. And we obviously encourage people to be, our staff is always wearing masks, or maybe if they were disinfecting and sanitizing after every table, now we say them that maybe the standards of sanitization has increased a bit. But it was there. It's not there that it's a new ball game. I think what has changed is the fear in customers' mind, because restaurants is about celebration. Not every day we will turn up to a restaurant or something. It is a weekend affair, or about a party or a special day, or when you gather with friends, isn't it? I think what COVID has brought and made it difficult is that socializing, which is a basic human instinct, it has stopped that. Even in grief or pain, we are not being able to stand by our near and dear ones. So celebration is far, far away. I think that's where it has become more difficult for the industry, not following the rules, because I think most of us, 80-85% of the rules we are doing, yes, with COVID, it has increased few folds. But I think that the fear in people's mind is what has affected the industry more. I would say post-COVID, with friends that I speak in central London who have restaurants and stuff, we are still at our 60-70% of bounce back. Not fully yet. Another major thing that Shivangi was saying is very true, is that catering or deliveries, of events. So any catering business for last 1.5 years from March has been shut down. I have heard so many friends who've sold their food vans, who've done this, that. So at least we had the place, and we were still going on trying to do some takeaways and stuff. Obviously there's costs, huge costs of keeping the place open. But then catering has suffered, no parties and stuff like that. Until recently, it was just a meeting of 6 people. And people were at home, they were trying to cook their own food. And obviously, I think there is a lot of micro businesses that have come out from COVID, which has made the a little more competitive, because there is less of entry barriers in this business. So again, I would say one way it is positive that these businesses are popularizing the regional Indian cuisine and a lot of things. But then because obviously the I think the the overall revenue of the industry has shrunk. It is not easy to sustain. Sorry, because I'm being blunt, but I don't want to discourage anyone coming into the industry or something like that. We do need food entrepreneurs and stuff, but I'm just making them aware of what we have been through and we've heard and learned, so that I'm sharing my experiences so that, they are well prepared. Like when I took my leap of faith, I would have loved if I had a mentor or someone from the industry who would actually tell me and show me what the reality is a little bit more. We did a lot of research, but I still feel there was more to know. So
the more you know, the less you know.
Yeah. So I think my advice to anybody coming into the industry is, you pace yourself, have those funds available for a few years, give it time. Especially for food, I think there is nothing that works like word of mouth. So it takes time. It really takes time, and give yourself that. Unless you have a huge marketing, the other option is you have a huge marketing campaign, and special media houses are doing it for you and stuff. Then it's obviously different. But for, I would say, medium-sized small businesses like us, it is a bit of patience.
Yeah.
I think patience helps us in the long run.
Yeah.
No, very well said. I think one big takeaway, also hearing from the same industry, I would say that you both nailed it, is the guest satisfaction. If they are happy, they are liking the food, that's what keeps you motivated. And the more happy customers, the more happy guests you have, the more numbers you will make. But again, the happy guest takes time. It takes time because you need to bring in guests first and then make them happy. And as they start to come in more and more, the numbers will start to increase. And like Pritha said, and Seemangi, that it's a game of patience. I know a lot of people, they see a full restaurant, they say, wow, look, the restaurant is minting money. But they forget when the restaurant is not full, there are same numbers of servers on the floor, there are same numbers of chefs in the kitchen, not doing much but still getting paid. The cleanliness of the place has to be spot on. All, like you said, all the fixed costs, the electricity is still there, the gas,
the utilities,
everything
Even when it is closed, it was closed for months, right? The amount of
Yes.
overheads and bills we had to pay when
Yes.
there was no money coming in, the doors were closed, was huge. And I'm sure every restaurateur will agree to it. And
Yes.
hopefully things are opening up, like you were saying, that from September there will be this passport of double vaccination, and people going to pubs and restaurants late night will have to carry one and stuff. Rules are good and they make us safe, but I really hope that people feel safer and they come out with that vibe and that positivity, and we can bounce back sooner than later.
No, I really hope the same. I've got Jyoti Kamble here who's asking us, would like to know how to begin this kind of business. Example, how to get information about guidelines, rules, etc., so that everything is
Legal.
so that everything is legal. So who would like to pick this up? Seemangi, since you're new, let us know.
Yeah, she's just done it fresh, so she
Yeah, still learning the see, the main thing you need to do is there's a lot of information available. The council staff, the food industry, you can hire a consultant, food consultant, or somebody who has set up a restaurant before, which obviously is very helpful. And there you go on. I mean, everything is very clear and there's a lot of information available for you.
That's right. I think if you just, Jyoti, if you just Google also, there is ample information that tells you what kind of licenses you need. In fact, I think there's a full list of licenses that you require.
And also what I noticed, and this is my learning from this, is, don't be afraid to ask. all the fellow members of the hospitality industry have been, when we started, we were very new, and they have been I mean, they've been really great. They have been supportive. They have been guiding you. They have been telling you, if you don't know where to go for your, even like, the oil collection, the waste oil collection, people are giving you the numbers. People are giving you the numbers for, if you hiring a chef, or, getting good chef is one of the biggest obstacle in this industry. And people are ready to give you all that information. People are ready to guide you or direct you to the people, correct person. Just ask, be open, don't hold it in, just go and ask people. And I have found the fellow members of the hospitality industry truly very helpful.
Yeah, I think I agree to Shivani on that the mantra is ask. Even if it's the silliest question in this world, don't be afraid to ask.
Yeah.
Because you might think, oh, that person is a competitor, he or she might tell, tell and stuff like that. You don't know. They are on the same boat. They are facing a lot of problems. They also need support and stuff. So I think people would welcome you with open arms. Mostly. And the other thing that I think that I need to add here is councils are very helpful.
Yes.
So before you start up, before you do anything, get an advice from them, from the food hygiene department. I think in Harrow, that is another thing I have learned, that before opening, the advice that you get actually takes you a long run. So don't assume anything. Ask and for support and advice, and don't call them after you have already set up and opened and everything. My 2 cents would be consult as many people as you can from the council, from the industry, and then prepare your blueprint, because once it's done, it's done. So it's then difficult to rewind or change and stuff. It's not easy. So it's always good to get their advice, ask people around, take your time before setup. Don't rush with it. Again, it's a matter of patience and perseverance.
Absolutely.
It's a matter of patience and perseverance. There is no shortcut. I think that is my only advice. There is no shortcuts.
No, that's true. I agree. We hear all of these stories. They open 20 restaurants in one go, and then it's $1 million company. No, no shortcuts. Those stories are good as stories or case studies for business schools. But when you venture out on your own, you have to start, and it's a lot of hard work. Just standing in the kitchen for 8 hours a day, do it one day, and then you'll realize how hard it is to stand.
I'm sure you are from the industry, and when I really share the same feeling. When we are there standing 16, 18 hours a day from morning, 6 a.m. to 12 a.m. at night, it is not easy.
It's not easy. From what you do at home. At home we all cook. But it's not the same.
No. And especially a startup journey is not easy. It's obviously there are these case studies, the business case studies that you're saying, from the business schools who come from it with $1 million or $500,000 to invest in the business. That's a totally different ball game from individual startups.
All startups is hard.
Yes, who take that leap of faith and gather money from the community or from friends or invest their own. That's a very different story.
I've always said, when you get into hotel business or a restaurant business, like anything in the service industry, because we all know what kind of costs are associated with it. It is, if you don't have enough money, it's like, when you get your daughter's wedding, if you don't have enough money, you always struggle because there are so many expenses that you have not realized before. So you need to have enough cash. Otherwise, the wedding will not be the way you want it to be. So always, if someone's telling you it's 100,000, it's 100,000 investment, you must have at least extra 40,000 to make it sustain for few months, and then still work hard to start your operating cash flow. When I say operating, as in whatever costs are there on day-to-day basis, at least you're covering that cost and nothing is going from your own pocket. Like Seemangi and PRITHA said, anyone from the industry. And when I say anyone, I really mean anyone from the industry. For example, even if you approach someone for the furniture for your restaurant, believe me, when you speak to them, they will give you 10 other contacts, from a meat supplier to a vegetable supplier to chefs to
Yes.
anyone. That's the beauty of this industry. Like I said in the beginning, you are born to be in the industry. You don't learn to be in the industry. And you're born because you are that kind of human that you're ready to serve at any given point, whether it's your customers or it's your friends or it's your family or it's your associates, your colleagues, doesn't matter. You're always there to help. And one thing that I always say, from my experience in the industry is, because I hail from the industry and others don't, when I have to explain something to them, like someone comes to the hotel and is asking me something,
Yeah.
you talk to a lawyer, he will use all the big words and he will make
Yeah.
you feel, God, I don't understand what you're saying. You talk to a CA person, you talk to an investment banker, all these guys, they talk in their own technical terms. But we always say that in hotels, we talk to them as if we are talking to our moms. Because when we are talking to our moms and we're trying to explain them something, I wouldn't want her to feel small in any way or feel inferior or intimidated or, scared to talk to me. That's one thing you'll find in the industry, that when you speak to somebody, they will be able to explain it to you in a way that will make you feel encouraged and motivated to be a part of the industry. Because
Definitely.
if I have a restaurant, I wouldn't mind someone else having a restaurant in the same area, because believe me, there is a footfall. When there is a footfall on that street, it helps everyone on the street.
Everyone.
Yeah.
That's the that's the zeal you need to have when you get into this business, and the understanding of the business. Anyone else has
And
questions?
being available 24/7 is another thing. This is, as you said,
Yes.
this is service industry. You don't know when, who needs what.
Yes.
And so you have to make yourself, available and be there.
Yeah.
So that,
That-
that's another thing people, I think, sometimes happens that I myself, I personally can say that I'm really tired after a double shift of maybe 15-16 hours, and I am maybe replying to them the next day. By the time I'm replying, I get a text saying, oh, are you busy? Should I contact someone else? I think that's when I just go back and I say, no, I'm sorry. I just explain them, like you're saying, to your mom or to your daughter who's maybe 3-year-old. Explain to them that it was not intentional. There was something behind that has stopped you to reach out to them or replying to them, and they understand. It's the best part of it is, if you go there with an open mind and talk to people, they understand, whether they're customers, whether they're associates, whether you're stakeholders, who it is. But you have to be open in sharing information and asking questions. I think that has been a key learning for me in this industry.
I would second that. Yeah, absolutely. And also you have to be very hands-on in this industry, because there are unexpected happens anytime, and you may be short of staff. You will have to go, you'll be doing things in the kitchen, you'll be doing out things on the front face. You have to be very, very hands-on in this industry, more than I had initially expected myself to be very honest.
I agree.
I think with that, I would say, my husband always keeps saying, if I even say, oh, I think I'm tired or something, say, oh, you are a startup entrepreneur, okay? You can't say that. You don't, you don't have that option.
Yeah.
And I said, I just want to give the frown. And then I say to myself, oh, there's my reminder coming that no, I don't have an option.
No.
No fallback option, no passing the pillow option, nothing.
No right.
The buck stops with you.
No right to be tired.
No right
No.
to be tired. Even if your dog tired 4 a.m. in the morning, a party is finishing, you have to smile and welcome somebody and say goodbye. So there is no right to be tired.
No.
And Seemangi said very good thing, that you have to be very, very hands-on. I know a lot of people who have opened their restaurants like an owner. They visit once a day and then go on holidays for 2 months, and then they come back, restaurant is on a loss.
Yeah.
Shut down in 6 months' time. You cannot do that if you want your business, especially in the service industry, to be successful. You have to be there at least for a year,
Yeah.
day in, day out, at least for a year until you have everything set up and you're not people dependent, but you're process dependent. Then it gets a
Yes.
little better. If you are people dependent, your business will never succeed the way you would want it to
Yeah.
succeed.
That's very important. I
yeah.
totally agree to that, because I'm saying first couple of years, it was even an invitation down the line, my best friend's daughter's birthday. Oh, I never would want to miss it, but I have. And it has been most difficult times that I can't even go there for a 15-minute, the whole party is waiting for a cake cutting. But then I could not, 15 minutes, I could
Yes.
not go because situations just turn up and you don't know
Yes.
where it can, go and end up to.
Absolutely. And like you said, you have to be available for others. So true. Just very recently, there was a flood in many restaurants, many hotels, many shops, supermarkets. And I know how many people struggle. I mean, I know a lot of the hotels that I am associated with have had to shut down overnight. Shutting a hotel down overnight means shifting all the guests, their stuff, the raw materials that's in the hotel, because it's like emptying your house. Imagine how
Yes.
difficult.
Amazing. Yeah, very difficult. One of my friends, he has a restaurant in Hammersmith. He just called and asked, "Oh, everything is floated underground. Do you know somebody who can give us a freezer, because they're in water? The freezers have completely stopped working, and they don't have any storage. And it was a nightmare for restaurants who were suffering from the flood."
Yeah. And being in the same industry, you try and help as much as you can.
Yes.
So let me ask you one good question that I would want to know personally. If someone comes to Posto, what is that one dish they must surely try? Which dish that you're proud of? I'm sure the entire menu. Just that one thing that you would want someone to try if they come to Posto.
That's very difficult. You're asking a mother to choose among one of the kids, So
How about you share a bit of your menu dishes, or you tell us what kind of dishes you have? I know it's a regional cuisine, but like what's someone who doesn't know Kolkata food very well, what kind of dishes would you
yeah.
want?
So obviously, as I said, we focus on regional Indian food, but me coming from the east part of the Indian subcontinent, it is Calcutta inspired cuisine, and Calcutta cuisine is very cosmopolitan. It has had influence of, the Persian cuisine, like you have said, the Mughlai cuisine, the Chinese cuisine and stuff. So there is a lot of dishes, Anglo-Indian dishes and stuff. Someone, who knows Calcutta or a Bengali, like would ask that, so Rasgulla. So people associate Bengalis or Calcutta with the Rasgulla. But the interesting bit is that Rasgulla has come actually from Portuguese people coming into Calcutta. And that is how it got introduced into the Bengali cuisine. And now we don't think of our life without Rasgullas. So it is a very cosmopolitan and interesting cuisine, and it really had less representation in this part of the world, and that's why I think we have tried to keep few dishes in the menu so that people get to know, and it is on the food map of London. But I would say our Delhi butter chicken is very famous of people who are in Northwest London. People come back, and I am proud of obviously the Kolkata biryani. It's an Awadhi style biryani, more Lucknowi style, more about aroma and the essence of it. So I mean the fragrance of it, but it's not spicy, it's nothing, but it is a dish to taste. It comes with a potato and an egg in it, with the meat. Obviously we Bengalis are meat and fish lovers, so I think that is the dum biryani from is one of the best. Because we are in Harrow, there's a lot of vegetarian cuisine, new dishes that we have on the menu, and I think that's what attracts the locals as well, and I think differentiates us a bit from the Rena's Lane curry strip. Is we have some hari matar ki puris, which is like puris stuffed with peas, and that's served with a spicy aloo dum. And it's a vegan dish, vegetarian dish, and people do come for that. We have our beetroot cutlets. People really love spicy and sweet beetroot cutlets. Jackfruit, people are into, you know, vegan food and super food nowadays. So jackfruit biryani and a jackfruit kalia, as we call it, is a spicy tomato onion gravy. People do come back for it. And there is people say that one of our nalli ghost is also really, really good. So a lamb shank thing, it's made in again a Nawabi style. So there is quite a bit of food. I would really
You're making me hungry, Preetha.
people do come and try them. We have tried to put a modern twist to the Indian cuisine and, you know, Indian street food. We have our kati rolls, which is very famous from Kolkata, the Kolkata kati rolls and stuff. So our cutlets, fish cutlets and stuff. So as I said, it's very difficult for me to choose one. But I am known for, and I really take pride in saying that. So one dish that I've been cooking from actually the age of 9 or 10, which is called a mutton kosha. Oh. It's a slow cooked mutton curry on the bone, majorly goat curry, and it takes about 3.5 hours to slow cook it. And it is amazing. People who really like the Pune style of cooking, and mutton kosha is a dish, it's my signature dish. So if people want to try, that's one I would say people to try.
Wow, that's amazing and interesting to know. So it's a mutton curry, not a lamb curry, because you normally don't get mutton in London. Right? In Britain, actually, not just London, but in Britain, it's all about lamb and.
Yes, both are Kolkata biryani and mutton kosha. Both are mutton, not lamb.
It's
so,
goat.
Yeah.
You know, that is the mystery, because I have never seen anyone serving goat in Britain. So well done. It was a good brief of your menu, and I have to say, jackfruit biryani, cannot wait to taste it. I'm sure it'll be amazing. Great job. Actually, it does sound very, very authentic. You know, all the dishes that you said there, I've only heard them in India and not here. Here, the way they have anglicized all the dishes, it doesn't make them sound Indian much.
Yeah. And as Shivangi said, we also have two very good North Indian chefs. So we have North Indian menu and stuff, the khajuri aloo tikkis and stuff, which are good as well. But then I think it's for people to come and try, because we have a balance of veg and non-veg food. So yeah.
Seemangi, how about your menu?
Yeah, as Preetha said, I can't pick one. I am a foodie. I just even if I go to any other restaurant, I order loads and try everything. I think my personal favorites are kurkuri bindi, which is deep fried okra, but it's quite crispy, and that's one of my personal favorites. I like the aloo tikki chaat. Namaste Mumbai specializes in North Indian Punjabi style, and then there's, as Preetha said, we also have being in Harrow, you need to have some other options, and we have some Mumbai street food style of cuisine, Indo-Chinese cuisine. My personal favorite is one Hakka noodles, and our butter chicken is also, I love butter chicken in any form you give it to me, but butter chicken is quite famous. Our chef is also well known for fish curries, so his Amritsari fish tikka and Goan fish curries are quite good. And yeah, I would just say come and try. There's a lot of vegetarian, non-vegetarian options. There's a blend of authentic Indian cuisine, plus people who want to try a bit of diverse kind of fusion kind of things like stuffed mushrooms, which are quite popular at the in our restaurant. So
amazing.
Yeah.
Well, great menu again. I think what's interesting to know is that you have kept the authenticity of Indian cuisine, yet added more options for anyone who wants to explore other options as well. That's amazing. So I do want to give a shout out to all the audiences who are watching us today on Facebook, over here on Zoom and any other platform, that please go and try their restaurants. It sounds amazing. I'm sure it will taste amazing as well. You have seen the two lovely owners here. They're passionate about their food, and any food that's cooked from heart is bound to taste good. There is no other way to it. I'm sure of that. I do want to ask one last question. We know you have restaurants. Of course, people can come and try it out. Do you also do deliveries and takeaways in Harrow area?
Yes, we do. I mean, from Namaste Mumbai point of view, we do the deliveries in Harrow area within 5 mile radius. And we are also on Deliveroo, and, our delivery partners are Deliveroo, Uber Eats, Just Eat. So
Okay.
during the pandemic areas, and if it's a very big order, we have also done deliveries more than 5 mile radius. So depending on the order sizes and, the time, we do go beyond that radius as well.
Fabulous. And so Deliveroo, Uber Eats, and Just Eat, in case you don't want to go and dine in, please do
Yes.
order and get the taste of Namaste Mumbai in your houses. How about you, Pritha? Do you do deliveries as well?
Yes, delivery actually has helped us in the last few months in pandemic, to be true. So we obviously do the local deliveries, or Just Eat, Uber Eats, as Seemangi said, within the local area. But in and around London, we used to always do deliveries from our catering days. But the biggest thing I think that has helped us in the recent few months is our UK nationwide delivery. So during the pandemic, because a lot of people or customers were missing our food from home, different parts of the country, and it is really amazing that people drive from Leicester to Cardiff and Kent, Sussex, Surrey to come and have food at Posto, and they were missing that food because they were stuck home. So thinking of them, we actually started our chill delivery business. So we have invested in a blast chiller, and then food is chilled, time-stamped, sealed, and then packed with insulation and stuff. And then we have a priority service, 24-hour service. So people anywhere in the UK, we have I think more than hundreds of boxes going every month. That has helped us during the pandemic, and our customers to be connected to us. And from Aberdeen to Wales to Lake District, anywhere in the UK, we've done loads of deliveries and got very good feedback. So I think that has been a key, game changer for us, as say that you need to keep adapting.
Exactly.
So that's one big thing. And for our catering and parties as well, we do sometimes chill delivery if it's too far. But if it is in and around London, as I said, up to, I would say, an hour's drive, we have the facility of delivering hot food and cold food same day. So we have been doing that for a long time. So anywhere in the UK, if you want to try the Posto food, I would request that just go online on our website, and the Chill delivery actually is called Posto at Home. You can order a Posto at Home box. We have 6 major boxes, from a vegan one to a Indo-Chinese one to a Royal Mughlai box, where you can taste our biryani and kebabs that we are known for, our shami kebabs and our sheikh kebabs and malai tikkas. So yes, that option is there. I know people are now going out and getting into the vibe of eating in the restaurant, but still, if you are lazy and you're on one corner of UK and want to taste good, authentic Indian cuisine, then do give us chill boxes a try as well.
That is amazing. This chill deliveries, what a great job. And I know how much hard work it is and how much goes on in the processing of it. So well done to you. In fact, I would like to say that it won't be long enough before we start seeing Posto boxes in supermarkets.
Yes.
But yes.
Starting there. So why not? So well done on that. Great job, both of you. And like everyone's hearing, please, no matter where you are, if you want to try an authentic Indian food, please do go to Posto's website and start ordering. You will get your chilled boxes very soon. What about the catering? Do you do catering only in and out of London, or you can do it anywhere in the UK?
No, catering, I think, like I said, is we've mostly done in and around London within our 1.5 hours of drive. It's not that we've done weddings in golf courses and stuff, but we try to stick within that, our thing because of food hygiene regions and safety regions. We try to take the food chilled, warm it up there, and follow all instructions and do. I won't say we don't do on-site cooking. We have done on-site cooking, but post-pandemic, obviously, we have not started. So we're still building on that. But yes, we have, like, as I said, for the Ealing Durga Puja 4 days, we actually cook there on site, and for 5,000, 6,000 people with a huge team. So we have done in, Berkshire and other areas, Kent and stuff, we have done a lot of catering, but in and around London as of now.
Oh, that's wonderful. So I take the liberty of saying that numbers of the catering doesn't matter, because if she has done for 5,000-6,000, then I'm sure any number is fine. Shivani, how about you? You do catering in and out of London as well?
Yeah, as PRITHA said, we do catering in and out of London on site as well. But as she said, it is within a certain delivery radius. We don't like to go beyond 1.5 hours journey. And if the order is big enough, and then depending on the logistics and everything, we can think. But at the moment, we are sticking to the 1.5 hours journey.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, that's fair enough. I think that works very well if you are, within the comfortable radius.
Yes.
So there's a lot of stuff then you have to take and make sure it doesn't get spoiled in between.
Yes.
The
There's a lot of logistical stuff involved and hygiene and everything. So
fantastic. Well, good news is I'm not too far from Harrow, and I know a lot of us who are watching there.
oh, good.
We surely will give a shout out to both of you. Listen, it's been so lovely to speak to you, and I actually loved talking to you both on the topic that's close to my heart, and I can sit all day and talk about it. These days, due to pandemic, I don't get to go to office, but sitting at home, if we can discuss such a wonderful topic and industry, it's always a win-win. So thank you for being a part of today's show. Thank you for sharing your experience, knowledge, information, and wisdom in the industry. Good luck to both of you for your restaurants. May it reaches new heights every day. And we hope to see Posto and Namaste Mumbai very soon in every area of London. I swear that.
Thank you so much, Shivani. Thank you so much, Rashmi and Inspiring Indian Women, for giving us this opportunity. And PRITHA, lots of valuable advice from you too. Hope to catch up with you soon.
No, thanks, Shivangi. So, Shivani and Rashmi, it was a real nice discussion. I was sitting with my cup of tea, so enjoying it. And people watching the show, as I said, that if you are a new entrant thinking of opening business, please don't worry, come to one of us, and I'm sure we will be able to advise you. And put a couple of dates in your calendar for Namaste Mumbai and Posto to try both of our food. We would love, I'm sure Shivangi would, and yes. I would love to welcome everybody. Yes. And see you all post-pandemic, enjoying life, enjoying doing your celebrations in and around Harrow in our restaurants. Thanks a ton, everybody, for a wonderful evening.
Thank you, PRITHA. Thank you, Seemangi, so much. Rashmi, are you there?
Of course, Shivani. Hungry kya? I too hungry. Oh my God, lovely dishes. And I'm sure many more women would follow this path of inspirational journey of being a restaurant owner, because I'm aware that, there are so many ladies who who have got such good skill to cook lovely, tasty dishes, and the husband praising, family praising, why not start some catering business from home? This particular show was from Inspiring Indian Women e-outlet, because we want more and more business owners, women entrepreneurs, to come here out and give a shout out to all those who are a little hesitant to start a business for in any way, any product. And so thank you so much. And I know that we are doing our first AGM this year at POSTO. The annual general meeting on the 25th of September is at POSTO. So we're looking forward to meeting PRITHA very soon. Shivani, thank you so much. It's always a lovely session when you are hosting. We're always looking forward to watching you. And yes, the hospitality business will boom again. You know, it will. And with all that positivity, we move on to tomorrow. And tomorrow, what we have, Inspiring Indian Women brings to you Vidushi Srimati Swati Natekar. She
Oh,
is
wonderful.
she's a classical
She's
singer.
amazing.
And
Yes.
she's very famous. And
Yes.
we want the platform to have more and more influential, inspiring ladies to help us follow the journey of our choice. And in conversation with Vidushi, Srimati Swati Natekar is Ashwini Kalsekar, the Kathak artist,
Yes.
who is again doing wonderful work in UK and elsewhere. So we're looking forward to tomorrow. But tomorrow, remember, the time is 4 p.m. UK to cater to the Indian audience. So be there, everybody, 4 p.m. UK time tomorrow. Thanks a lot, Shivani, PRITHA, and Seemangi. Remember, you are also IIW, which is Inspiring Indian Women. Yeah, so we're all in team and we're all working together
Thank you.
to lift each other. Take care,
Yes.
everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Thank
Bye,
you.
everyone. Thank you so much.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.